Well, happy day, gang. Welcome back to Woodcraft. My name is Joe. Thank you very much for being here today. We are here to talk about something that a lot of folks have been waiting a long time for. It's LT Wright Next Gen. The specs on this LT Wright Next Gen overall length is 7.5 inches. The sharpened edge is 3 inches long. The steel on this one in particular is AEBL, but the normal steel is D2. The grind on this one is convex. Most, I believe, are flat grind. And it does come with thumb scallops and a 90-degree spine. Also comes with a regular hip sheath. The starting price for this AEBL convex ground Next Gen is $141.95 at the knife connection. Right off the bat, let's talk about the scales. They are textured. LT Wright has started doing this here in the last year or so to some of their knives by request. I've wanted to try it for a while. It is very comfortable, provides a lot of traction. I can't say whether I like the regular better or this better, but it's nice. It's a nice difference. But let me go ahead and say probably what is the most important thing I have to say to you today. The LT Wright Next Gen, it is obviously just a shrunk down LT Wright Genesis. You guys that have been around for a while know that I am a little bit of a fan of the LT Wright Genesis. I have said many times that the LT Wright Genesis is probably one of the best bushcraft blades on the market today. And this one is just a shrunk down version of that. The Next Gen does everything that you would expect from a Genesis, minus one thing, and I'll get to that in just a second. It will do camp craft, it will do camp cooking. It is an excellent fire crafting knife. You know, it's just a small package. It makes it for a very good EDC knife as well, which we're not really going to hit that up today because, to be quite honest with you, cutting open boxes and stuff like that is kind of repetitive and boring. This knife will do it. You guys know it, I know it. But anyway, moving on. The one thing that this knife doesn't do quite as well as the Genesis is basically those longer cuts. Because you come to the belly or the sweep of the blade a lot sooner because it is shorter than a Genesis, it doesn't quite have the follow through that a Genesis does, but this is purposefully a smaller blade, so we can't expect that of this knife. That's not a critique. This knife's not designed to do those long sweeping cuts as well as the Genesis is. This Next Gen in particular is in their AEBL stainless steel. It is convexed as well, both of which I'm a big fan of. I can't say that I prefer either of those over their what you would consider their traditional Scandi or Sabre models or their regular O1 or A2 steel, but it's a nice difference for guys out there that are wanting to explore stainless steels. This is a good option to go for. I've really enjoyed using the convex on this knife. You know, it provides a lot of control. You can do a lot of fine cuts, but you can also take off a lot of material at once because it's convex. It's beefy right behind that edge, so it will last longer than, say, a traditional Scandi type grind. But you know, it's all about, grinds are all about personal preference. So you know, it's what is it that you like. I do like convex grinds. I like Scandi as well. I like variation. The AEBL steel has really good edge retention. It's also relatively easy to hone back up as long as you stay religious with it and use your leather strop to keep that edge tip top. Edge maintenance is no big deal at all. And as always with any LT knife, it does come with a crazy sharp 90-degree spine. You guys saw that. It started that fire without any issue whatsoever. Another thing to point out here, it does come with a good leather sheath. I have wet formed this one, but it is a good leather sheath out of the box. It does come with decent retention, but over time it does kind of loosen up, so I went ahead and jumped the gun and wet formed it there. In my opinion, for me, this knife truly is a win-win. You know, it's just a shrunk down version of the LT Wright Genesis, like I've mentioned before. You know, so that's a win-win for me. You know, it's up to you guys to decide whether that's for you or not. This knife is definitely riding on the coattails of the Genesis for a good reason. This knife is every bit as good for what it's designed for as the Genesis, in my opinion. I really like this knife. I probably am going to get each one of my kids one of these as they grow into the age of maturity to have one. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being here today. Let me know what you think of this format. This format's not going to be a regular thing, but if you guys enjoy it, I probably will start adding it in more and more just to provide a little bit of variation. Anyway, thanks again for being here. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you guys aren't a subscriber yet, if you enjoy content such as this, please go ahead and make use of the subscribe button right down here. And as always, hit up the comment section. Let me know what you think of this knife. Anything that you would like to see in the future. Again, let me know about this format. Thanks again, and I will see you next time. I hope you guys have a great day.